Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Vanessa Lee, and today I'm going to be taking care of my Monstera Albo cutting, which has been propagating in Leca, and this is its latest leaf. Getting straight into this video, I'm very excited actually because this is the very first plant that I've had growing in Leca, in pure Leca. Normally I would use pon, and I generally use Leca as like a kind of reservoir, like to hold like a reservoir of water. So this is very new to me now. As you can see, I've got like some browning going on, and yeah, here again on the tips, and it's literally just been sat in water. Browning generally means that you've underwatered your plant. But what I've discovered after doing a little bit of research, because I really wanted to get this right, because I do want to kind of persevere with the Leca. There's a couple of people that I follow that have the Monsteras, actually quite a few of their plants in Leca. And yeah, I stumbled across two channels. The first that had the most knowledge, in my opinion, just because they'd been dealing with Leca for, I think she said over 10 years, and that was the Leca Queen. I think her name is, I'll have to put her name up because I just discovered this channel, so of course I subscribe to her. And she's very knowledgeable and has, like, most of her plants are in Leca. So she was talking about when your plants, when there's too much of a build-up of salts in the water, and being able to flush your plant through. She went through quite a few different elements of different types of pots, and yeah, kind of just different ways of using Leca, but also like how you use your pot. So what I've decided with this plant, I think this browning is because of salt and mineral build-up. So I need it in a pot that I can flush through. So the idea is that I'm either going to use this pot, and then I want to stand it in this jug, so then it will have a reservoir at the bottom. Or if that pot is too small, I've got another option, which is this one. And this one is a really heavy glass vessel that I found in a charity shop. I find most of my vessels in charity shops, or like in the pound shop, whatever. I try and keep things as sustainable as I can. So yeah, I might use this option, although I do feel that this could be too big. If I was going to put a moss pole in, maybe this one, and this one might be a bit snug, but hey, I'll have to see how I go along. Okay, so that's the plant more or less. I feel that it's definitely, this leaf hasn't completely expanded to the size that it will eventually, but it has unfurled, and so I don't feel too worried about moving the plant at the stage that it's at. And I'm really hoping I can use this pot. So the other little tip that I got from the Leca Queen was to soak the Leca in fertilized water. So the water that I've used actually is what you would use for hydroponic, semi-hydroponic plants. So it's a quarter of the strength of what I would use with my soil. So I've got that cooking. This has actually been soaking for, well, let me see, maybe 3 days actually, because I thought I was going to do this sooner, but then life got in the way. Anyway, so that's that. What I want to do next is I want to test out the pH of the water. Right, so let's move on to sorting out my water. So I'm kind of prepared. I've got 2 litre bottle of tap water here, and there's a couple of products that I'm going to use. So I'll be starting with this product, which is a H2O maker, and with this product it instantly removes chlorine, chloramide and it neutralizes ammonia. It says it does it instantly. Okay, so I'll be using that. I'll also be adding some of my fertilizer. I like using the liquid gold leaf, and because it's a hydroponic plant, semi-hydroponic plant, I'll be using 1/4 of the strength that I would normally use with my soil plants or plants in soil. Then I will test the water, and I've got this, oh yeah, so I've got this broad range pH tester. So I'm going to be testing out the water. So water from the tap is generally around 7. I think bottled water, I'm sure I've read this somewhere, probably on the bottle of my water. I could just drag one out of the fridge, but that is 7.25, something like that. Apparently, because we don't eat enough foods with ammonia, we should actually be drinking water as high as 9, but that's just some food for thought. So the plants actually prefer water between 5.5 and 6.5. I think rainwater is about 6. I haven't tried rainwater before, so I don't know. I've never tested it. And then to balance it out, I'm going to be using this product called BioBiz. It's called BioDown. It's by BioBiz, sorry. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I've got some dropper tools here. So I thought I'd start with just testing what the tap water is currently. No, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to neutralize it. I'm going to use this pH maker first. And I'm actually going to put 0.5 mils in. It says 10 mils per 50 litres, so that would be 1 mil per 5 litres. So, I mean, I'm effectively using enough for 2.5 litres, but I'm just using 2 litres. It's just that my dropper tool doesn't actually, I don't have anything to measure anything a bit lower. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead like this, squeeze it down. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Everyone's leaving for work. I started really early this morning. I probably irritated everyone in the building. I got up this morning and I was just like, I got up really early. And I was just itching to like clean the apartment and get on with things. Okay, so yeah, with this I'm going to put 0.5. I know that this is the dropper tool I always use because it's kind of slightly discoloured. So there we go. Oh, actually no, I need 1. What am I saying? I need 1. That's 1. Squeeze that in. It's like a chemistry lesson. Okay, next, I'm just going to give this a little shake. Right, now I'm going to test the pH of this water. Okay, so yeah, I need to add 8 drops of this. Lids. 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. Where's the lid? Put that on. Give this a bit of a shake, and then I've got this paper thing so I can kind of do a rough estimate of what the pH is. And at the moment it's looking like 7, which is what I thought it would be. There are kind of more professional pH readers. You can get digital ones now, but I just don't have that one. I bought this from my local pet shop, and I also bought this from the pet shop as well. This you would normally use for your fish tank. Right, where's the lid? So I'm going to go clean this vessel now. I'm actually going to have to use like really hot water to like just make sure that there's no dye, no residue in there, and then I'll come back. So I use boiling water to clean this thing, and now I want to add this stuff, the Bio Down. So in the instructions it says to reduce it 0.5. Yeah, to reduce it by 0.5, you would put 1 ml to every 10 litres. Okay, so I want to reduce it at least 2, so we can half that to 1 ml to every 5 litres. I can do 0.5 with my dropper tool, so that's 2.5. So let's see what happens. Well, I know what's going to happen, but let's do the next step. So I'm going to use another clean, new dropper tool. Don't think I need to shake this, but just give it a shake anyway. Okay, so I want 0.5 of this. Keep squeezing it. And that looks like a tiny amount, right? It looks minuscule. So I need to clean all of those. Give this a shake. Make sure that it's all kind of mixed up. Okay, I don't know how long you're meant to wait actually. Should I just read the label a little bit more? It says, oh, 10 seconds. Got there in the end. I'm terrible with reading labels. I barely ever read them. Like if I'm doing like a bit of DIY, like I have to, like if I buy something like a shelving unit, I'm just rubbish. Like I'm so impatient. Like I just want to see it together. So I'm just like, oh. Okay, so dropper tool, which one am I using? This one was for, oh, that one was for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and use this one again. This is exciting. I'm actually just going to go halfway this time because I don't want to run out of that stuff. And then I'll just put 4 drops in instead of 8. That was 10 seconds, wasn't it? So impatient. I'm sure it was about 10 seconds. Okay. Did I shake this? I'm sure I did. I don't know, I'll shake it again. Because we want this to work out first time. I'm not playing with this. Okay. Now I can't get the lid off, like a child. Yeah, it's definitely got a safety thing on for children. Okay, now I'm going to put 4 drops in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on. Okay, it's already changing in colour. I'm so happy. This is looking good. So as you can see, it's no longer green, it is now orange, like a kind of yellowy orange. And I'm guessing that it's at 6. That looks like 6 to me. I'm really happy with that. We can move on. So I hope that helped. Yeah, most definitely getting the pH on particular plants can be such a great benefit for you. Like I know that with which are the really calatheas. Calatheas can be really finicky. So I've now, since I'm going to have to get into the habit of doing this, maybe my calatheas will start performing better for me. And I have received a brilliant tip from one of you guys about putting my begonias, sorry, not my begonias, I have a begonia in sphagnum moss, and they said that they have the calatheas in sphagnum moss also, and that just makes, I don't know why I didn't think of that actually, because the begonia has been doing so well. Yeah, so I think I might go down that route as well, but making up a nice big bottle of this. Obviously I'm going to keep this stored away in a dark space. I do need to write on here, otherwise I'll get them mixed up with other things that I've done. What shall I mark it as? I'll put it as pure, oh this is terrible, this pen, purified semi hydro. That should make sense, right? It's for semi-hydroponic plants. Oh, and it's got fertilizer in, but I mean, that's an obvious thing. I do have some actually made up in my cupboard that I've added iron to, which I use just for my anthuriums, but the fertilizer on those are higher because they're all in soil. Not all of them. I don't know why I'm going on waffling on about my purified water. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, that's great. So we've now got the water prepared, so that's one less thing to worry about. Now I just need to unpack the plant and see if it's going to fit in there into this pot. I really hope this is going to work out. And I need a bowl. I think I'm just going to use this bowl. Little cutie. Look at her little root system. I think this pot is going to be fine. Do I do? So I'm just going to take off these Leca balls. Oh, I'll leave that one. But yeah, there she is. There's her little root system, so adorable. And I think this pot is going to be perfect. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, I'm just going to lie this down. Put her like that. Trying to avoid messing with that new leaf. So yeah, I've just kind of put a bit of a layer first. And then I'm just going to put the plant in as low as I can. But you can't really see what I'm doing. I hope you can. A little bit. working so nicely. I'm really happy with this so far. Okay. Check this out. I'm so happy. Absolutely loving this. Oh, brilliant. So I'm going to tip the rest of that in there. This is going to act as this. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, I'm really happy. And now I can flush it through, and oh, she's just adorable. So I think I'm gonna put the water up to, oh, just spilled that all over the floor, up to about here. And then my socks as well. I hate wet socks. So let's just fill up the reservoir. I mean, that is quite a large reservoir. Wow, I'm really pleased that it fits inside this little plastic pot. And look how big the reservoir is. That's quite a large reservoir. But I guess eventually the roots will start hanging through the pot and I'll be able to like put a lower reservoir in. But as it is, it's got enough water in its tank for quite a long time. Actually, yeah. So that's that one done. I do have some more cuttings and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should go and have a look at them. They're all in a propagation box in my bedroom and they've got some plant lights on the top, and I've literally been trying not to look, but there's one in there. Oh, she's so pretty. She's oh my God, she's gorgeous. So I'm gonna go and get that box and I'll be right back. So before I go and get the box of little baby cuttings of Monstera Albos, I thought I'd show you the Monstera Albo that we just potted up in its Leca. And I've definitely raised the lighting for this plant because actually the leaf, the new leaf, which I didn't really show you properly, but yeah, check out this leaf. Look how pale it is. There's barely any green on this plant. So yeah, lifting the lighting is definitely very, very important right now. I really hope that I've got past this whole issue with the browning, because obviously this leaf is not going to look great if that happens. I mean, there's barely any green. Barely any there, but oh, I'm really happy. My first plant in Leca, it's got a massive reservoir of water. I mean, that'll keep it going for months. I'm pleased with that. I guess it'll get to a stage where I probably won't be leaving such a large reservoir. Maybe I'll just be watering it once a week. I might empty this out and just see if I can get away with just watering it. I'll have another look at that video. Do let me know, guys. Do you think that reservoir is a bit nuts? And I mean, the Leca balls are, as you can see, very moist. So maybe that reservoir is not important, but it's good to know that I've got one if I want to go on holiday, if I go away for a long time. I mean, I'd have to go away for months, wouldn't I, really? But just showing off that leaf one more time and scoot it back in. And yeah, oh, look at her waving. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. And then I've got my tie here. So yeah, I've got this light. This is the light that it's in front of. It's a Sansi bulb. And normally there's like a bit of a flickering, but I've got another light facing. And maybe it's kind of balancing that flickering out. But yeah, so it's getting the Sansi bulb. I have done a short on my Sansi bulb if you are interested in checking that out. And I will be doing an update on my lighting because obviously we're going into winter. But yeah, I feel that that's going to be a nice amount of light for the plant. The tie, basically the light is facing right on that leaf, the newest leaf. So that's the tie being sorted with the Sansi bulb. Obviously it's much further away. It's a very happy plant though. Haven't got anything new activating on the back there, but the leaf is still kind of hardening off. As you can see, it's still not, it hasn't deepened in colour yet. Let me show off my larger Monstera Albo, and then we'll move on to, yeah, and then I'll go and get the propagation box from the bedroom. So over here is my Monstera Albo, check it out. Ah, can you imagine if my other, well, I've got quite a few actually. Can you imagine if I get them all to like quite a big size like this? It'd be amazing. The house would be covered with Monstera Albo. But yeah, her latest leaf, still hardening off, but has sized up quite substantially. I mean, it's still not quite as big as this one. Let's see if I can get in here a bit better. But she's probably the same size as this one. So yeah, kind of we're getting more wintry looking leaves, but at least we're getting the full fenestration, which is fantastic. We've got a double one here, so like that's where you can kind of get this little hole, but that hasn't happened on that leaf. So yeah, we're definitely getting winter leaves now. And yeah, the whites on the leaves are kind of sticking around, which is nice. Nothing has gone brown recently. I do water this plant every 2 weeks. I stick the whole plant in the shower because it's on a moss pole. It's really important to get this moss pole nice and, you know, nice and moist again, but not sopping wet. And this aerial root is kicking in. I'm definitely gonna have to put an extension in very, very soon. And it seems that every time I extend the pole and put more moss, the next, you know, it just kicks out another leaf. So I will be doing that. I just need to place the order. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go and get the little babies now. So I chopped up my Monstera Albo 2 months ago. It's a plant that I've had for 2 years and hadn't grown very much at all during that time. So I thought, since I'd bought a new one, which is doing fabulously, its growth pattern is amazing, like it's out of this world, decided to make myself a quick chai tea. Yum. Yeah, so this will be my 2-month update, 2 months since that chop. And to be honest, I'm quite impressed. I'm fairly impressed. Oh my gosh. So here's one. The leaf I got rid of quite a while ago. But look at this leaf. How adorable is that leaf? Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. But this, oh, and then there's another one, which actually is getting ready to produce another leaf. So also very gorgeous. And if you look in the cup there, let me come a little closer. But yeah, in there you can see there's another one creeping out. So I'm very happy to see that. Is that right? I'm sure I am seeing something creeping out there. It's very unusual. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on there. But yeah, there's one on its back, like just there. You can kind of see the little bump. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is there. Oh, here we go. It's like there's like a leaf much lower as well. I don't know what's going on there. I'll keep you updated on that. And I can see the same on this one, that there's some activation on the back of that as well. So happy about that. And then there's this one. So yeah, 2 months ago I did these guys, and then there's one in the bedroom, and of course the top cut that you've just seen me put into Leca, and it's looking so cute. But this is my favourite leaf. Oh my gosh, this one is just so, how cute is that? Oh, she's so pretty. And I can definitely see some activation, something active on the back there. So we should get a new leaf any day now. So I mean, for 2 months, I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with this. Now, the same plant actually got chopped, I would say 3 months before that. And I have these 2 cuttings from that. Oh, sorry, I forgot to finish off. So from the 2-month cutting, I have 1 more in the bedroom, but there's nothing happening on it, so I didn't bring it. And then, yeah, these 2 cuttings are from where I cut the plant before. I'm guessing one of them's probably the bottom cut, or maybe I gave away the bottom cut. But yeah, these are quite impressive as well. The first leaf on this one was very disappointing, and that's its leaf there. It doesn't even look like a leaf, does it? But it is. But we do, and then I got this leaf. They're quite sharp and quite angular, these leaves, which is interesting. They're not as round as the others. And then I can see something growing here on the back. So any day now we'll get another leaf. And then the same with this cutting. The leaves again are quite long and narrow. This was the first leaf here. This little baby half moon, so adorable. Then we got this one, which came out a little bit funky. But yeah, this is the latest one, and I'm quite impressed with that. She's very pretty. I don't see anything active happening just yet on the back of this one, but they all seem very happy inside that propagation bin. I'm going to plonk these back in. I actually do have 1 more, so there's 5 so far that I've showed you. 6 including the top cut that's in Leca. And then this I grew from a leaf that I rescued from the dustbin. It had a node, obviously. And yeah, this is the plant that I have. I do finally see something active happening on the back of that leaf. So hopefully we'll get a new leaf any day now. It has been very slow. The leaf was very sickly. It had spider mite, like quite an intense. That leaf is not looking too healthy. Yeah, they're both a little lackluster, aren't they? I think I might take this one out of the box. Maybe it's just, I mean, its root system is quite substantial. Maybe it's kind of like, hey, I don't actually need to be in there. So I think I'll drag this one out. All the others are looking very happy. I'm not seeing any spotting on the leaves. The moss is, they're all in sphagnum moss, all 3 of these guys. And I did find that sphagnum moss was the best, like the quickest results. With the top cut, I don't know how that would have come out by using sphagnum moss, but I really wanted to go down the Leca route. So I've now got 1 plant. That's my only plant that I have that's in pure Leca. So I'm really pleased about that, and I really hope that I can kind of master it and then maybe move some of the other plants into Leca. But I do like the idea of the pot. So I'm going to show you that plant again before I say my goodbyes. But yeah, all the moss is nice and moist. I watered the plants when I put them in the propagation box, which was 2 months ago, and I haven't been back in to water. They're just kind of keeping themselves self-contained. And yeah, I'm really happy. Oh my God. So I'm going to plonk them all back in again. Oh, I've got all these little monsteras. I'm so proud. Proud mama moment. yeah, last time, I think this leaf was busy unfurling, this one, and I remember chopping off the leaf. Yeah, it's got like a nice stable amount of white on there. I mean, it's not too green, and it's a very nice size for a first leaf. Very interesting. So yeah, I had this Monstera Albo, I had it for 2 years, barely ever grew. When I propagated the first time, I chopped off the bottom with the majority of its roots, and I chopped and propagated that part of the plant, and then I kept a cluster of leaves on the top, and I think there was like a cluster of maybe 5 leaves, and the bottom cut, I think I had about maybe 3 nodes, but I remember I chopped through one of the nodes. I mean, it was like my first time propagating a Monstera Albo, and like everything was very tight together, and yeah, I messed that one up. The first cut was a bit of a, you know, it was a learning curve for me. So yeah, and it's just interesting that from the plant that was closest to its original, like the mother plant, the leaves are a completely different shape. And then yeah, so I then had a top cut, rerouted that obviously, and these are the bottom cuts, which are just, you know, just kind of a different leaf, you know, they're just really very, very different in shape. So it'll be interesting to see as an adult what this one's gonna, if there will be any difference, or whether this is just that the plant was quite weak, and so therefore we've got, I don't know, it's all really interesting, and I think only time will tell me what's what, but I do really love the variegation that's on these leaves. They are really pretty and just very interesting, like the shape of them. So yeah, keep on top of those. Of course, they have very large root systems, but they all seem very happy in the box. So I'm going to put those back in and just leave them. And then who knows what I'll be showing you the next time. Oh, this is very close to the edge of the pot. Yeah, who knows what I'm going to be showing you the next time with this plant. I might need to repot this one, because the leaf, if and when it does come out, is going to like bump into the pot. For another day. I just really wanted to show you the little babies and how well they're doing, and I just can't believe that maybe next summer I will have quite a few monsteras to take care of, and yeah, I can have them dotted around my house, and maybe I'll sell some of them. I've actually got some really interesting news coming up. I'm just waiting before I tell you about what's coming soon. Yeah, I'm going to have a major change in my life very, very soon, but just keeping it on the down low right now. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it right now, but I will be. I might actually do a live and maybe reveal some of my life changes there. Let me know, guys. Do you guys watch lives? And I mean, I haven't done one, so I don't know how easy it's going to be, but would you be interested in me doing a live? Will you be there if I do one, or will I just be talking to myself? Do let me know, yeah, because I really would like to do a live, because I'm hoping that I can then have like a proper conversation, like a different type of conversation where we can like go back and forth. So yeah, I've got to just say I'm not good at reading. That sounds crazy. I have dyslexia, so I can great at reading. I can read. I can read a book. I most definitely can read, but I can't. Sometimes, like if things are moving too quickly, then I will find it difficult to read. So you might have to be like, you know, patient with me. But yeah, let me know, would that be something that you guys would be interested in? And if I do a live, it will probably be the first week of December. Yeah, it probably will be, well, it'll be in December, and I'm going to reveal all of the things that have been happening in my life right now and how my life is going to change very, very soon. But I'm going to wrap this video up for now. Thanks so much for tagging along, and let me know if there's anything that you feel I have missed. Obviously the Leca thing, I'm not an expert on the Leca, most definitely not. So you are just learning alongside me. I did like a load of research. I did as much research as I possibly could before doing anything, like most of the things that I do on my channel. I don't just kind of do things willy-nilly. Well, I mean, sometimes I do like to experiment, but generally, even with those experiments, I do a lot of research beforehand because, you know, I want things to go well. Yeah, if you are also growing in Leca, do reveal your tips and tricks in the comments down below, not just for myself, but also for everybody else in our community. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet and joined this planty family, please go ahead and do that, because my analytics are still telling me that only, I think it's 64% of people will watch the video but are not subscribing. So I mean, what's up with that? Just hit the button, it doesn't cost you a penny, and I'm still a tiny little channel, so I really do need to grow this channel to the largest that I can so that I can give you more content. And obviously the more I am making from YouTube, the more I can put into my videos. Anyway, to hit the thumbs on your way out as well. And I will see you here again very soon. Have a fabulous week. All right, bye.